Are you someone who identifies differently from your cisgender peers? Does your family provide you with gender-affirming acceptance and support? Are gender-neutral restrooms available at your school? Do you have a safe space to socialize with friends and allies? For many LGBTQ plus youth, these fundamental needs are not met. The disparities in both mental and physical health that are seen between LGBTQ plus youth, heterosexual youth, and non-gender variant youth are influenced largely by their experiences of stigma and discrimination during the development of their sexual orientation and gender identity. According to the National 2020 Youth Risk Behavior Survey, 48% of LGBTQ plus youth reported engaging self-harm in the past 12 months, including 60% of transgender and non-binary youth. 40% of LGBTQ plus respondents seriously considered attempting suicide in the past 12 months, with more than half of transgender and non-binary youth having seriously considered suicide. 61% of transgender and non-binary youth reported being prevented or discouraged from using the bathroom that corresponds with their gender identity. 46% of LGBTQ youth report they wanted psychological or emotional counseling from a mental health professional but were unable to receive it in the past 12 months. According to the National Health Institute, being mindful can help individuals manage stress, cope with illness, reduce anxiety and depression, and promote relaxation and greater enthusiasm for life and improved self-esteem. Mindfulness is also linked to measurable changes in the brain regions involved with memory, learning, and emotion. From the National Institute of Health Emotional Wellness Toolkit, an individual can practice mindfulness while taking deep breaths, taking a walk, finding a mindfulness-based stress reduction group within their community, or a book. But not all LGBTQ youth are comfortable in social settings. So to find an online community or virtual workshop might be a realistic workaround for those facing that barrier. Kristen Neff and Christopher Germer have written a book titled The Mindful Self-Compassion Workbook. In this book, mindfulness is defined as a simple skill that requires noticing what's happening while it's happening, using all 5 senses one by one. Mindfulness practice can take place in the morning when you wake up, before you go to bed. You can practice alone or you can practice with others. You can spend as little or as much time practicing as you'd like. And the more we practice being mindful, the more opportunities we have to make better choices for ourselves, including the choice to practice self-compassion. The following practices are included in Kristen Neff and Christopher Germer's book, The Mindful Self-Compassion Workbook. The first exercise I'll share with you is affectionate breathing. Affectionate breathing is a mindfulness practice combined with self-compassion practice. To do this, simply find a space where you feel safe. Maybe in your car, your room, or while you're riding the bus. If you don't feel comfortable in your body, try to focus on aspects of your body that are part of being alive, like breathing. Your lungs expand and contract as you inhale and exhale. Notice how breathing happens without any effort on your part. Allow yourself to spend time here if that feels safe for you, breathing naturally in and out. And if you would like, think about breathing in a way, breathing in as a way of breathing in compassion for yourself. As you give yourself compassion, you exhale compassion for others. Another practice is loving kindness for ourselves, and is another mindfulness practice that can help us identify our needs to be seen, protected, loved, respected, accepted. Through this practice, we place our hands over our heart. If this does not feel comforting to you, try to focus where in the body needs to be soothed. As you settle into this practice, breathing in and out and letting thoughts pass, listen for what comes up for you. Words or phrases may come to mind, like love or acceptance. If you want to write them down, that may be helpful for you if you wish to revisit this practice again. But once you've identified a few words, you'll want to practice this mantra either in thought or out loud, whichever is comfortable for you. But for example, if you wrote down acceptance, the mantra would be, may I accept myself, or may I begin to accept myself as I am. This practice is meant to create a safe space within yourself to identify what you need and are deserving of. Activists and allies advocate for positive change via laws and policy. Communities are becoming more accepting and inclusive, but social change can be slower, a lot slower than personal change. Anyone can benefit from mindfulness practice, and LGBTQ+ youth are no exception. Self-compassion and mindfulness can help individuals remain in control of what is in their control. It strips away blaming and finger pointing and in place it focuses on actionable items that the individual can implement to better understand themselves and what their needs are. Emotional wellness comes from acknowledging and accepting ourselves as we are. We can aspire to make changes or reach goals, but the gift of self-compassion can only come from within ourselves.